Welcome back to Askewed Reviews, and I'm making my way through all of the films that are based off of Saturday Night Live sketches. Today's trivia review was also a viewer request, and it was for the 1995 film Stuart Saves His Family. Here is your trivia question for today. What is the name of Stuart's television series? The answer will be at the end of this episode. So, in the film Stuart Saves His Family, we meet our main character of Stuart Smalley, who is a self help guru that also happens to have his own basic cable television series. Unfortunately, though, Stuart is fired from that job. It's around this time, though, that he gets a call from his family asking him to come back to his hometown. His aunt recently passed, and now he's coming back for the funeral service. While he's there, he does spend some time with his family. But the problem is, his father is a drunk, his mother is an enabler, and his brother and sister are absolutely no help. In fact, it seems like his family members can't help but keep getting in trouble. So, with all of his therapeutic knowledge and a little help from his best friend, can Stewart in fact save his family? This movie was directed by Harold Ramis and written by Al Franken. It was based off of the SNL sketches of Stuart Smalley, where Al Franken did play the character, but it's also based off of the book I'm Good Enough, I'm Smart Enough, and Doggone It, People Like Me, which was also written as the character of Stuart Smalley. Harold Ramis had actually just finished Groundhog Day and approached Franken about turning his book into a movie. Al Franken also used his real life experience with 12 step programs for this film. You may not have known this, but Al Franken originally wrote the character of Stuart Smalley for Mike Myers to play on Saturday Night Live. Myers felt, though, that the character was written too much in Franken's own voice, and it wasn't until Robert Smigel suggested it that Franken decided to play the character himself. Speaking of Saturday Night Live, two other cast members appear in this film. Phil Hartman was the voice of the announcer at the beginning of the movie, and Julia Sweeney played the character of Mia. Throughout the film, Mia says sorry 17 times. Vincent D'Onofrio is definitely the actor who has the most successful career from this cast. He played Donnie, Stewart's brother. Not that Laura San Giacomo, Shirley Knight, Harris Yulin, and Leslie Boone aren't also well known. There are also a couple of familiar faces you might recognize in this movie, like Joe Flaherty, Louis Arquette, Kurt Fuller, Richard Reel, and Ted Raimi. At one point during the film, Stewart is about to film 20 episodes of his show in just 4 hours. That would roughly translate to 12 minutes per episode. There's also a sequence when Stewart is a child and he sends in for a contest to name the Ajax White Knight. In my research, I found that there was in fact a white knight used by Ajax, but there doesn't seem to have ever been a contest to name him. And in case you were curious, in the movie, he submits the name Sir Clean-a-Lot, but the name that wins is just Sir Lancelot. The movie was unfortunately a critical failure and did cause Franken to go through a bout of depression. The movie was filmed in Illinois, Minnesota, and California. So when it comes to the film Stuart Saves His Family, most of the film, I will say, is pretty slow going and not the best story. In the third act, though, it does actually get a lot better, in my opinion, and a lot more entertaining. So for me on my scale, I'm giving this one a 3 out of 5. If you enjoyed it, other movies I recommend are Little Miss Sunshine, The Royal Tenenbaums, The Skeleton Twins, and Dan in Real Life. Now it's time to answer the trivia question from the beginning of this episode. What is the name of Stewart's television series? Just like the Saturday Night Live sketch, it's called Daily Affirmation with Stuart Smalley. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Askewed Reviews. And keep an eye out, as over the next few months, I'm still going to continue to try to go through all of the movies based off of SNL sketches.